So why this command? Why do they need to be commanded to be welcoming? And how does it relate to what he's saying about the nations or about the Gentiles? Because there's a big section we're going to come to about the Gentiles. So think about it like this. If you are a manager of a team and you want your team to have unity, what would you ask them to do? What would you command them to do? And here, Paul is commanding these Christians to be welcoming. So why does he focus his attention on welcoming? And I think there's two answers that he gives, one at the end of verse 7 and then one starting with verse 8. So first, he gives this command because being welcoming is a reflection of the gospel. Being welcoming is a reflection of the gospel. So the end of verse 7 says that Jesus himself has welcomed us in order that God would receive glory. There it is again, that the one passion of God receiving his glory. And Jesus has welcomed us. We who were enemies of God are welcomed into his family through Jesus. And so as people who have received the divine welcome of the Father through Jesus, how can we not extend that same welcome to others? And in verse 8, Paul points us to Christ who became a servant. Christ who is in glory with the Father emptied himself of that glory to take on flesh and to die for sin. And this example of Christ's emptying servanthood gives us the basis for emptying ourselves to welcome others who are different from us. We're going to close tonight with a hymn. It's a great hymn by Isaac Watts. Many will know it. It's called "How Sweet and Awesome is the Place." And the second verse says this: while all our hearts and all our songs join to admire the feast, each of us cries with thankful tongue, "Lord, why was I a guest?" And so to hear that question, Lord, why did you welcome me? Why did you welcome me with all my sin and all my misery and all my guilt? Why was I welcomed as your guest? And it's only in the gospel that undeserving sinners are welcomed as guests into heaven's banquet hall. And because we have received the divine welcome, we can extend a welcome to others. Welcoming is a reflection of the gospel.